Beep, 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 beep. Ah, football. Come on, you Reds. Let's talk about football at the court of the EDI Jester. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to those of you, whomever way you be. Football. Right? Not a fan. Not a fan. Although I did go. I went. A friend of mine invited me to go. And we had VIP tickets for a Manchester match. Yeah? So I'm sat there stuffing myself on, all the food. They do the most amazing lamb pies with mint sauce, right? So it's the only reason I go. A few drinks, a few bevies, some food, But I went out to watch, and within minutes I was caught. It's an extraordinary human experience to go to a football match. If you've never been, I recommend it. If you can go VIP, I recommend it even more. And it was just fantastic to be on the... It's not bleachers, that's American, isn't it? What's it called? The stadium. In the stadium. And to see these extraordinarily skillful people do what they do. So it was a wonderful, real invigorating, life-affirming sensation to see all these people enjoying this and listen to them all chanting. And it was just extraordinary. So I'm not a fan of football, but I did enjoy from the bottom of the shorts to the top of the socks, I have to say. Because footballers tend to be quite fit, don't they? Right? So... Oh, he's Anthony. Look at him there, the one with the ball. So we're going to turn to football today. I found an article from the 21st of November by a guy called Oliver Brown. It was in the Telegraph, and I thought, well, this is interesting, isn't it? Well, I'll go at this. And it's about these LARPing blokes farting about in women's sports, right? Every time one of them does that, there should be like a sort of half a dozen men, big burly men, and somebody blows a whistle as a LARPer walks on with whatever accoutrement is required to do whatever sport it is that he's LARPing in, and somebody goes, hang on, and they just come in, right, and pick him up bodily and just walk him off. That would be such a wheeze, wouldn't it? Sorry, LARPer on the pitch. Come on, it's right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, stop moaning. Right. Game on. That's what we should do. So what he's saying here is English football must stop dithering over transgender players and take action. He means men, right? So, complex and constantly evolving. This is how the Football Association has chosen to frame the deeply uncomfortable transgender row that has reached its doors. That's a group of people sat around a table have gone, whether men or women is complex and constantly evolving. There should be somebody above them that just goes in and goes, you're all fired. Why? Because you don't know the difference between a man and a woman. But it's complex and constantly evolving. Well, I did warn you, you're fired. We're not going. Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to call them the trans ejection group. Stop it. Right, okay. And in response to this, Oliver Brown has said that complex, ? Says Oliver. It's hardly an observation worthy of the Lancet that men's greater strength, stamina, and cardiovascular capacity create an insuperable and potentially dangerous advantage over women in any contact sport. And as for evolving, the spectacle of a 31-year-old biological male competing in a Sheffield League against 16-year-old girls is not about to become any less absurd tomorrow than it already is today. Cracking! By retreating into the language of compromise and conciliation. Here we go. Right? There is no compromise. There is no conciliation. Football has fallen behind the curve in ensuring fairness and safety for women. On the very day that the FA said that it was working to find a resolution, after Telegraph Sports revelations that 4 teams were boycotting a club whose transgender player is accused of seriously injuring an opponent, cricket decided that the resolution was staring it in the face, banning anybody born male from the international women's game. It's the conversations. I want to hear the conversation. So the board's there and somebody just goes, I've got a solution. And they go, what is it? How about we ban anybody born male from international women's games? Genius! Why did I think of that? Come and get him. Is that what's been happening? It's utterly surreal. Pure Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter's Tea Party stuff. Utterly surreal. In the past 12 months, the 3 major Olympic sports of athletics, swimming and cycling have all taken the same step to protect the integrity of the female category, except football has continued to vacillate. It is operated under the philosophy that the odd trans-identifying male could be harmlessly absorbed into women's matches, assuming that one player would not make much difference. That's a wonderful sentence. It operated under the philosophy that the odd trans-identifying male, could be harmlessly absorbed into women's matches. That's what they are, aren't they? Odd. You're a bit odd, you. But what if this one player is first to the ball every time, or hits the ball twice as hard, or bludgeons a woman in the tackle? Sorry, in a tackle, not in the tackle. Bludgeons a woman in a tackle. It has taken only one case of Francesca Needham this week for 150 women and girls in the same league to experience an impact, with teams forfeiting matches out of a collective resolve not to put their players at physical risk. My congratulations to everybody involved in that action. This is what we need to see. Excuse me, bloke in a dress. This man is performing a fetish on the field. Can we get rid of him, please? Yeah, but what about that fat guy with a beard over there, like from the bottom of the socks to the bottom of the knees, to the top of the shorts? Yeah, he's not playing the game, is he? He's just perving. He's okay. We'll leave him in the stands. This one, get him off the pitch. Well, we have no process to do that. It's so surreal. It's unreal that the Telegraph is writing about it. It's unreal that this is exactly what is happening in football. And it's unreal that people are taking this stuff seriously. Where are we? This is a great article, by the way. You should go and read the rest of it, because I'm only going to give you a bit more, right? Football seems to labour under the delusion, or as I call it, the inclusion delusion. The inclusion delusion that this is subject for mediation, that some delicate middle ground can yet be forged to appease everybody. It can't. It just can't. There is no middle ground. We're going to get this yet or no? Unfortunately for its dithering decision makers, the issue is binary. Either you are all alike on the side of inclusion or of fairness. You cannot have both. Cricket needed a relatively brisk 9 months to reach a conclusion. What were they doing for 9 months? What were they doing in their meetings for 9 months to make a decision? It's absolutely insane. By contrast, the FA's tortured policy of enabling players to compete according to their affirmed gender is now 10 years old. Go and read the rest. It's a great article. There is no compromise on any level with any of this, okay? Just so that we remember. Get the LARPers out. I want the LARPing women out of men's spaces, and I want the LARPing men out of the women's spaces. These ridiculous girls with mental health issues on gay dating apps, right? My mate said to me the other night, he said he was out having a few, and he opened up Grindr, which is like, get a shag, right? Opened up Grindr. And he was going, block. But his mate said to him, what are you doing? He said, I'm blocking all the trans men. And his mate said, why? He said, well, they're women. And his mate went, oh yeah. Go away. Go do some shit. I'll see you later. Bye.